Greetings, one and all, to this week's episode of 10 o'clock. I am joined by a non-camera version, disembodied version of Loz.
He's in the weave.
God. And a light novel version, I don't know, manga version of Nasuth. So,
hi.
Three of us here doing what we normally do, which is 10 o'clock. And we're going to start this week with what we normally start with, which is Emblems. Hit the Emblems button.
Emblems. Oh.
Cool. Nasuth, your choice. Which emblem?
Man, I really liked the one on the Laws is fine, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Xeno's, honestly. The simplicity and the clarity of it is nice.
But I didn't find any emblems.
The one Laws.
What are you talking about, Loz? It says Loz is fine right there. You found that, Loz?
By emblem?
Yeah, it says right there. Loz found an emblem.
No.
10 o'clock doesn't lie, Loz.
No.
He would have found a better emblem if it was him.
Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah.
Good at finding them. I think I'm like 5 for 0 against Xeno on those.
Quite possibly. Nasuth isn't helping. For everyone else's benefit, Nasuth provided Loz's emblem this week.
Yeah. I could make a good conscious vote for it.
If you want to win 75 Platinum for your platform of choice, go in the description below where you'll find a link to this week's Google form episode questions. Yeah. And you just got to fill it in, put in your in-game name, make sure you spell it correctly, select your platform of choice, and then you're entered automatically for a chance to win 75 Platinum. Right. Okay. So I think we're going to move straight on to Dojo Dusting at this point. Aren't we?
Yeah.
Cool. Right. We have some Platinum winners. I'm not pasting into the document at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Shush.
Names are appearing. That's pretty cool.
It's magic. It's a Ghost Rider.
All right. So for PC, we have Zrugel. For PlayStation, we have Nolok Noax. For Xbox, we have Stormfist 101. And for Nintendo Switch, we have Tucker Wins again.
That guy's going to be sitting on a mountain of plat now.
Oh God, I know. Like, it was people saying, like, you know, please don't spread the word for this. You're putting my account through college. So yeah.
Do you think at some point we should have paid Tucker enough platinum so that we mandate his name is from Tucker Wins to Tucker Wins Again? Is his actual name?
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Maybe Tucker won.
There you go.
Tucker won. Past tense.
Tucker
won.
Tucker always wins.
Yeah.
Also rigged.
Tucker rigged.
This account is rigged.
Right. That's it for the winners. I'm gonna. There's another Dojo Dusting, so I'm going to be expanding out the supporter rewards for Notice to Be Senpai and Arbiters. I haven't got a chance to talk to Loz about this, but we're going to be adding an extra question for the supporters. So, like, basically, there's going to be an extended version of the episodes for the supporters, along with an uncensored version. So you get to hear the horrendously inappropriate questions that some people ask me completely unfiltered, but these will be completely unlisted from YouTube. No monetization on them whatsoever, because I don't want you...
Did you ever fully complete the ability of people to submit video questions?
We asked people, no one responded. No one wanted it.
Okay.
No one asked for it.
That makes me sad.
I mean, if people want it, I'll do it. I'll make it happen. But no one wanted it. No one engaged with it.
Surely you have to make the thing for them to submit it.
No, I asked the question. I actually actively asked people, are you interested in this? And people just didn't respond.
Shame.
These are nerds. Half of them are all introverts, and the other half, I don't know where I was going with that. So I'm going to stop there.
So all of them are introverts.
All of them are introverts. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, look for that. There isn't a Notice Me Senpai this week. It is an Arbiters, and if you are a supporter, there will be an extended version of that already. So that this week's going to be the first week that does it. I think that's it for Dojo Dusting. So we shall move on to the War Report.
There's a thing called Warframe, and it had a dev stream. And that's
Did
about
it?
It did have.
What was in the dev stream?
I don't know. The thing is, I would pull up the Warframe website to actually find something to talk about because I haven't seemed to got anything. For some reason, my computer is not loading web pages, so the community shoutouts. I can't see those. I already have the memes preloaded, but don't know what's going on there. But I don't know if you guys know. Oh no, wait, isn't that? No, it's this. It'll be closed by the time this is uploaded. The weekend, isn't it like?
Oh yeah. That's one of the things.
There's some gifts to the Lotus. There's some odd bits and bobs, but they would have already passed by the time this comes out.
They're doing the test cluster too, I think was what he was alluding to.
Yes. Yeah, that was announced. I don't think I have anything else apart from the actual dev stream itself.
Very sad. I didn't get invited again to the test cluster. I feel like this is a personal snub at this point.
I thought it's public.
No, you have to sign up for it. Yeah, it's a lottery, yeah.
What? How is that public?
Well, they only want to do 500 people. They want to control how many people are doing it. So they just anyone can enter, but they randomly picked 500 extra people this time.
Okay.
Is it are you gonna hate me if I tell you that I actually managed to get on?
Ooh, whoa. Wait, you've been on before though, right?
Actually, to be fair, because I'm a content creator, they put me on.
Right,
but
of course.
It's a fucking 10 gig download.
Oh, just give me those login credentials. No, I'm kidding.
No. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, so it's I'm gonna have to download it overnight sort of thing, and oh my god. So I'm gonna check it out, see if there's any cool shit. But anyway. Right, so that's it for the War Report and just dev stream. It's just dev stream now. Dev stream.
Dev stream. The first dev stream of 2022.
The one single solitary topic.
Right.
Why is it not?
Did you break it?
I must have broken it. I'm sorry.
You did. You turned it off.
It wasn't. Oh, whatever.
Right. So dev stream 159. So there was a lot gone over. Some of it I felt was interesting to learn about. The chunk of it was that's nice. Can we get some other stuff? So yes. Now both Nasuth and I have watched it. Loz was unable to. Is that correct?
I was on a train.
Loz was on a train. So we're going to go over pretty much the whole thing. If there's anything that Loz wants to focus on, we will linger.
Expand upon it.
Yeah, we'll linger. So one of the points that was raised, I think it was either earlier this week or last week, community streams are going to be updated to... Community streams are being updated to consolidate them into Thursdays at 6 p.m. Basically, there are no more Xbox at 1, PlayStation at 4, Nintendo at 10. They're just doing prime time now, and it's a 2-hour gaming session that will be talking about all the stuff across all the platforms. Yeah?
Plus, I'm sure they're still going to do the art and stuff at the end.
Oh, yeah, but that was part of prime time anyway.
Right, exactly.
I mean, they clearly stole that from 10 o'clock.
Yeah. I'm just saying they're not going to get rid of that.
Oh, no. But I don't know what's led them to this. I think it would be it's a better use of time. And yeah. I kind of agree to that.
Rather than doing, 4 hours a week, they're doing 2 hours. And it's all together. So they only have to set up for it once.
Yeah. whereas multiple people have to set up for it otherwise.
Yeah.
The next
It's also going to be better for pulling people, because you've got people. I mean, do the Switch people only watch the Switch stream?
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Unless you want to see the dev talking, you're probably not going to watch the platforms you're not on.
The problem for me is, like, you know, the prime time always being so late at night on a Thursday. Like, at least now I could probably catch an hour of it before I go to sleep. But before it was like, nah, I gotta go to bed. I gotta work tomorrow morning. So anyway, an early announcement for TennoCon. So they're making the decision early that TennoCon 2022 will be a digital event. Right, I think it's, you know, it's just safe to say, like, you know, let's not beat around the bush. Let's not hope for things. You know, just make the early decision of trying, because they could. I think they've had another outbreak in Ontario or London specifically, so they had to self-isolate again. So they were doing this. They weren't even doing this from the couch. They're doing it from home.
Oh. I would imagine, though, by June, July-ish this year, hopefully all this will start to be over. But I think it's sensible. You kind of whatever, when they do bring back in person TennoCon, you kind of want it to be a full event. You wouldn't want to have to do like, okay, it's almost over and we have to do a little bit of isolating, or so many people wear more masks or any of that. So I think it's sensible. So this should be the last one.
There is a large-scale survey available on the official Warframe website. Players can leave feedback that will be aggregated rather than the more arguments that pop up on the forums.
Yeah, because they said something about the forum still being a valuable resource, but it's hard to find, you know, the gems amongst people just screaming at each other.
Right. I would kind of like to blitz through the questions on that form if you guys are up for it.
Sure.
But maybe, do you want to do it later, or do you want to do it now?
No, let's do it now.
Okay, let's do it now. So
it's relevant. So yeah.
So did you go through it, Loz?
Do you know, I think I didn't submit it in the end because I got off the train just as I was on the last question, but I have looked at all the questions, so yeah.
Right, so obviously there's the baseline questions, you know, what platform do you play on, what mastery rank you are, do you play, so how do you prefer to play, what was your overall experience of Warframe in 2021? Weird it was on a 6-point scale, but out of interest, what 1 to 6, what did you guys say?
I actually haven't filled it out yet. I'm a horrible person. I'll probably do it.
Did you say 3, Loz?
2.
You said 2. I said 4. But I mean,
what was the scale? 1
to 6. Yeah.
Yeah, 4's pretty accurate. Yeah.
And what's the one aspect of Warframe you if you could change one aspect of Warframe, what would it be? I said the damage system. It's way too complicated at this point. Loz?
I know I did. I think there's another question that's quite similar. I can't remember.
Yeah, there's 3.
Oh, there's 3 very similar questions. I can't remember what I put for them.
Okay.
I'll go through them all, and then I'll try and remember the end what they are.
What would you say, Nasuth?
Probably the overuse of bounties.
Fair. That's a really fair one. How do you feel about...
Even Railjack has a similar flow to bounties now.
How do you feel about power creep in Warframe? Power creep is when new gear outshines old gear because it is stronger. I put should be avoided. The other 2 options are no impact and unsure.
I put unsure.
What would you say, Nasuth?
Should be avoided if possible, but yeah, so I guess I'd probably say unsure, since I think there's room for it.
Yeah. How did you learn to use the mod system? In-game tutorials, content creators. It was intuitive. Warframe wiki, trial and error, other players. I personally said other players because, yeah. Like, it was intuitive. Now it's not. It's too much, right?
Yeah. Need to go back to talent trees.
Do you think fuck off? Do you think the current mod system encourages experimentation? right? On a scale of 1 to 6, I just flat out said no. just 1.
I mean, obviously there are some people that do, because you end up with here's this YouTube video that shows this crazy combination. But I think
no.
The question was encourage.
Yeah, that's the YouTuber. That's the YouTuber encouraging you. But does the mod system? And I
think it encourages certain people who then go and do those videos. But in general, for the general populace, no, it's too intimidating.
Yeah. Should utility mods play a bigger role in modding?
Yes.
Yes, no, and sure. I said yes. Yeah, there we go. How do you feel about the current enemy density in missions? Enemy density refers to the number of enemies surrounding you in a mission. 1 to 7, for some strange reason now a 7-point scale. I put too low. It's just a 1, just flat out 1.
I know it can go higher. It went higher for that bloody Survivor event years ago. It just feels anemic a lot of the time. It's so weird. It just, a lot of the time you're only attacking like 6 mobs, and the example I always hate is the sentience, where you feel like you're attacking 2 mobs, and it's like, hang on a minute.
Well, you probably are.
Yeah. One of these enemies needs to be that I look down a corridor and I can't see the floor for the enemies that are just. Yeah. It should have been the infested, or it could have been the Grineer, because they're all, or it could have been they all have a swarm aspect to them, the different factions. None of them feels like, it all feels like it's like 4 mobs running at you.
Right. How important are these for good boss fights? On a scale of 1 to 6, 1 being not needed and 6 being essential. Multiple boss stages. I put 5.
I'm just going to say I put the highest for all of them because they were awesome.
So multiple boss stages, I put 5. Telegraphing attacks, I put 2. Parkour, I put 5. And environmental hazards, I put 5.
I think telegraphing attacks is not important.
You're wrong.
Yeah, I think people should get good.
No, you're wrong.
No.
Right.
No, Monster Hunter and Dead's.
Monster Hunter does not telegraph attacks.
Oh, yeah, it does.
No.
It really does.
No, it really fucking doesn't.
No,
it super does.
Right, telegraphing attacks goes from everything from the extreme, which is the World of Warcraft thing, or the Final Fantasy MMO style, where it goes, like, here is a glowing circle on the floor, and it's going to like in 7 seconds before they get hit, to just things like a Monster Hunter has its tail up slightly, and that means it might do its poison spike attack in the next while its tail's up, because that attack is now on the table. That's still telegraphing. Not telegraphing is that the mob just is like slowly walking towards you, and then it jumps on your head from nowhere, and then it jumps back to its original position, and then it shoots lasers.
I get more out of that in Monster Hunter than anything else. But anyway,
and you can't read mobs because Monster Hunter is one of the great games for it.
I used to have a problem with that, but the more I've played it,
yeah,
I just twitch. I was like, it sneezed. Run!
Right, but they do a really good job of trying to make it not. I've always felt this, that the mob is not, the enemy in Monster Hunter is not just an enemy with a health bar. That's why there's no health bar. It is a living thing that does different things based on its mood, based on how it's hurt, based on which bits of its body are remaining. And,
it's super subtle, yeah.
And welcome to our new Monster Hunter podcast. I hope you.
Anyway,
that's not bad.
The next one is, how important are clans in your daily Warframe life? I'm not quite sure if I actually answered this one, because to me the question is too vague. Like, clans are really important to me, but there's nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
So how much do you care about clans versus
should be more important?
The question was daily life.
Yeah,
that's the problem. It's like, there's nothing to do with
Dojo, right? Unless
there's nothing to do with your clan. Right?
So that's why you should put low, because it's like, though the question is not would you like to do more your clan. It's like looking at your current effect of your But
remember, like, how many times have we done graphs and I've accidentally written the question poorly and it's down to interpretation?
Yeah, but that's because you misspelled it. Yeah, I know, but
no, it's misuse of words.
Yeah, but I think you're reading there into the question you wanted to answer, not the questions being asked to you. And
that's why I left it
as best you can to the question. No, that's a shame, because
I don't know what they're asking.
Yes, you do.
No,
Well,
I see where he's coming from. Is they could interpret
get,
it
like,
as,
my clan.
oh, nobody's interested in clans. Nobody does anything with clans. Let's just get rid of them.
We're not going to develop them. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I see what you mean. That's well, then you should put clans, or that's the thing. I know they ask you like if you could do one thing. I'm like, there's like 12 different things I desperately need.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like they ask you to do one thing. It's like, yeah, but these 12 things.
Yeah, the next thing is what would make social hubs and the dojo more interesting?
See, there you go. So now you can appreciate for it. So
yes. Right. Adding ship functions, mini games, player housing, NPC events, improved performance. Right? I didn't understand adding ship functions.
Like, maybe you can use your foundry and what else do you have in your ship that you don't have? Because you can do modding there, and you can do your arsenal there, but you can't do.
But you can't do your foundry and stuff, right?
You can't do your relic stuff. You can't.
I'm glad I put that then.
Yeah.
You can't do your focus. You can't.
Yeah.
No, Frame Fighter I think would be mini games.
Yeah.
Right.
I would put that under mini games.
So I went for adding ship functions. Which I'm actually very glad I did, because I want less reason to leave those social hubs.
Yeah.
You know, and when it's like, oh, well, I need to leave my social hub so I can go get this, or, you know.
My farm is finished building, time to put on another one.
Yep. What about you, Loz? What did you go for?
What were the options again?
Adding ship functions, mini games, player housing, NPC events, and improved performance.
NPC events.
Yeah, I think that would be the next best thing out of the lot. But yeah,
because that one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
quite a lot of things. There's so many different ways you could say.
If the mini games have some kind of tangible reward, maybe those. But I think
Barrow turns up every week.
Yeah,
it could be Barrow. It could be each week. Your lich and/or sister offers you a mission. It could be NPCs to do with.
Well, they have that one NPC mission where if you take MDRLOz Prime to Barrow, he sells a key or a mission, and then you go do that mission with him. It could be something like that.
Yeah. There's so many things you could do with that. Or it could be the syndicates. The syndicates offer you NPC missions. That one is huge in my opinion. The other ones are nice, but that one's like, hey, that could be content as well. So that's why.
But it's something
the
that
next
you need
one
more
was
than one person to do. It needs to be something that a clan does together.
The next one,
not just clan. Why can't we have things like the bloody sanctuary back? Can we have the bloody community taskbar event?
No. Maybe.
The next one was, what is something Warframe should explain / introduce better? I just put mods. Like the introduction to mods is still ass.
Modding, maybe what to do next on the star chart.
That's exactly what I put the star chart. I put that
I can get that.
After the first quest, the game dumps you, and it really was what is missing is a more open-ended, longer breadcrumb quest with a longer goal that leads you on through the solar systems. Like, we need you to get to this point on Earth. So you're like, oh, okay, that's 2 nodes away. So the quest says do that, so I've got to do the node before it. Oh, I've done that node. Okay, so it does the next node. Oh, now it's put 5 nodes away. Oh, well, I've got an option though. I could go over here first. No, I'll do the quest first. Okay, you see, and thus you are being impetus to go through the star chart instead of just going, there's a star chart. And you're like, what's Cetus?
I'll go do missions. Okay.
The next one was, do you feel primary, secondary, and melee weapons are on the same power level? 6-point scale, 1 being no, 6 being yes.
My feeling is they are kind of now with the nerfs they did to melee. I don't see melee being the massive one. I don't see like shotguns being the massive one. I don't know if I'm missing what is the new meta gun, but they feel a bit. They feel in general, based on my feel of the pulse of the community and things, and what on the memes and things, that they all feel okay, or you can get enough out of all 3 of them at the moment. I'm not saying they're balanced, but I think if you put effort into them, you would get rewarded instead of going, I'm going to build this rifle, and then someone with a spinning whip just whips past and kills 10 times the amount of mobs, how it used to be.
I feel we need the meme, the Black Panther meme of someone get this man a shield to someone get this Loz a Kuva Nukor. Have you seen the stats for the Kuva Nukor Loz?
But that's one weapon, right? That's just one weapon.
Yeah, but it's still like
no.
I still know.
The question is no. The question is the pool of weapons, not just here is one outlier. Because if you're a proper scientist, you ignore the outliers because those can be trimmed off, and those
you can do crazy things with the Archititron still. That would rival that.
I still think
all of shotguns used to be a sniper rifle and a weapon of mass destruction. All shotguns, not just one shotgun. I know there were some of the best ones, but all shotguns.
No, but still, that's now come back because of things like arcanes and crap. The whole thing is a mess. I still don't think they feel they have the same power.
It's like there's a term, I can't remember what it was, for League of Legends. It's oh god, that they're not. It's the game is not trying. You can't make the game balanced. There's too many variables. But it's that it should be ultimately chaotically imbalanced, so that like in for League of Legends, that no matter what hero you take, there's always going to be a hero that's a counter, even if it isn't. Not a very good hero in general, but it counters your one hero, and that's the same thing with weapons. I feel there's just there's some really good ones, but then there's other ones that can do equally stupid things in different ways with stupid builds and stupid arcanes.
If you're going to focus on just the outliers, then yes, I'd probably say it is.
I'd prune the outliers.
But if you prune the outliers, I think like you'd have to prune off so much before you could actually.
You have one layer of outliers, and then you have the next layer of outliers that were the outliers before the new one.
No. Tell me the next pistol.
Arcanes. Tell
me the next pistol after Kuva Nukor that has the Kuva Nukors anywhere near that mountain.
Spore Lacer.
What was the
Spore Lacer does massive damage.
I wasn't going to speak for the Spore Lacer, but I was going to say the Catch Moon.
It's what I'm using in the footage right there. Right
Fair
now.
enough. I was going to say the Catch Moon. Kick
Catch
gun.
Moon's still a contender, even after it got nerfed.
Yeah,
Ignis
I mean
Wraith.
Oh god, yeah.
And then you said all shotguns and all these other things, and then
not all shotguns anymore.
No. It's when they introduced like some like more recent arcanes and things that it just became like, hold on, you've just brought back the 100% status chance shotguns.
Oh well, I haven't seen them beat the Kuva Nukor or whatever, so I don't know. I don't think it's crazy to think that you're going to get this thing to the point that you go, oh yeah, I'm going to compare my Lato Vandal to my Brak to my Kuva Nukor, and they will all be equally viable. It's just never going to happen.
I also think that melee still plays such a massive role in it.
So you've now listed rifles, secondaries, and melee, and saying they're all really good. So aren't they?
No, they're all just crazy. It's just like.
Oh, when it comes to craziness, because there was actually a really nice debate in the comments of last episode about this sort of thing. I think the issue is people are like, oh, these guns are all crazy, it's overbased. No. The issue is still they do not give us anything to use our weapons on.
Yes.
Not that we need to start picking apart the weapons all the time. We need better in interesting environments to use our weapons against, new enemies that do different ways. Whenever they release a new enemy, you just shoot it. There's no thought, there's no difference. There's very little thing to do with, oh, maybe I equip the anti-Grenier one and mod, and maybe you might change the elements. Maybe that's a maybe these days, because I think it's like, I don't know, there's certain ones which are just the best and others are just useless still on the different damage types. So they need to give us more interesting enemies. That's why, for instance, I was really sad when that Grenier with the big yellow shield came out, and I thought it'd be like...
The Tonko one?
Yes, on the Tonko. I thought that, like, right, they're going to develop a shield, which is you just can't shoot through this shield, no matter how much punch do you have. If you punch through, maybe the bullets bounce back at you, kind of thing. No, it's just...
it's just a recolor of the Kuva ones.
Yeah. Why? Then they added all the amalgams. I'm like, oh, look at all these really... They are some of the most inspired mob designs I've ever seen. Some of them are just amazing. You just shoot them, they die.
Yeah.
Speaking about things that you just shoot and they die, we'll get to some of those later in the...
Right, what's the next question?
The next one was, how do you feel about open worlds in general? So, 1 is avoid it, 6 is love it. Plains of Eidolon, I put 5, or Valis, I put... no, Plains of Eidolon, I put 4, or Valis I put 5, and Cambion Drift I put 1.
I think I put like maximum like halfway for Cambion. Cambion needs the most work because it just
Yeah, well, wait for the 10 o'clock polls later. Nasuth, how do you feel about it?
Probably about somewhere between you and Laws. I think that the first two are great. I think Cambion Drift is terrible. But I don't think it's 1, so probably about a 2.
I gave it like a 5. What's that? What was the scale?
It's 1 to 6.
Oh, I give it like a 3 or a 4.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And
So,
actually, partly only other reason that I didn't give Cambion higher, and this isn't actually the game's fault, is I have not got to spend 24 hours on there yet.
24 hours with orange crap in your face.
Right, do it. We are doing it. We're also at some point doing 24 hours in space.
Actually, that I'm down for.
Yeah,
100% down for. Anyway, the next one is please rate these elements of Warframe's open worlds on a scale of 1 to 6. Racing, I put as 5. Mining, I put as 5. Fishing, I put as 5. Conservation, crap. I think I put as 4. Exploring, put as 5. Bounties, I put as 3. And NPCs, I put as 5.
The racing's all right on Fortuna, but on Cambion Drift, it's awful. It's garbage.
I mean, the racing is the lowest because I'm sorry they have not fully implemented this.
Which one's the racing?
That's your K-Drive races.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That should be like -1. They should add on an extra point of scale. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't realize that was what that was.
It's all. I mean, it's probably the worst.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. No, I definitely remove K drives.
They just no.
Bring back Arcwing.
Don't just put some races and be like, that's it. I'm sorry. Why can't we have multiplayer K-Drive racing? Why can't we have multiplayer events? Why isn't there storylines? Oh, don't tell me the freaking.
Oh, Urelli. Yeah, Urelli. Come on.
That is not. That is just stupid. That is utterly stupid.
You don't like your comic book laws?
No. Why we can now shoot from our K-Drives? Why can't we chase down enemies that also have K-Drives?
Because people won't like it.
Yeah.
Full throttle.
People don't like things.
Why can't I have
people can't take the foot off the goddamn accelerator in Arcwing. Do you really think they're going to like bloody K-Drive shooting?
No, I want full throttle combat K-Drives.
Wait, there's something beyond full speed?
No. Sorry, hold on. Just to point out, Loz is talking about an old LucasArts point-and-click adventure called Full Throttle. Everyone should go check it out regardless. But you are a biker, you are on a motorbike and you are hitting other NPCs with various like 2x4s, chains with skulls on them, lead pipes, chainsaws, so that is what Loz is talking about when he says full throttle combat. I had to explain. We're old, Loz.
I appreciate it.
I wonder because I know he's made this comment in the past. If I get Xeno, if I get when I was in a place, and if I can do live streams, I want to get Xeno and blindfold him, and he will tell me what to do and see if he can get through entire full throttle without actually looking at the screen.
Oh God!
I might be able to do that. To be fair, wait, can I hear it?
Yes.
Oh, I can easily do that.
You can't ask if you get lost. You can't ask like what can I see or anything like that. No, you have to do it entirely until you get absolutely stunned. Maybe.
There's one part I will not be able to direct, which is the stone, the kicking pixel thing. Like that's the one thing there's no way on earth I could tell you how to do that without seeing.
Right. Anyway, let's move on. Next question.
Right. Next is, would you like to see Trials come back? Well, yes.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Here's the next part. What level should Trials start? Star chart 30 to 50. Sorties 50 to 100. Sorties 100 plus. Steel path 100 plus. And modifiers.
No, why are there other options? It should only be Star Chart. We needed Baby First Trial. We needed
100% agree. I nearly said Steel Path, and I thought, no. This should start really early on. Yep. We need Baby's First Trial. Yep. Completely agree.
And thus over time, and as people get through, then you put both in. You don't just go, oh yeah. So that's the thing I'm worried about this question is they see that and they think, oh, they'll all be that difficulty. No. We need to have baby's first trial, but then we also need super sorty death mode that's super complex. But you get people into the concept of working with 8 people, interacting and using different methods early on. You know, easy. It should be easy. Maybe instead of it being the difficulty is in the doing it, it's just quite long to do. It just takes a bit.
So the next one, which was when should a raid fail or trial fail? This one you could choose multiple of. There was timer ran out, players have trouble staying alive, player weapon damage is too low, objective target, taking lethal damage, there should be no fail state. I put timer running out, players having trouble staying alive, and objectives taking lethal damage.
Wait, you can select multiple on that question?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I can't remember. I was doing it on my phone. I was about to say, why isn't there? Can you pick all the options?
Yes, but that wouldn't make sense because the last one is none of the above.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Well, yeah. No, and more. Yeah, I want more.
So, yeah. Okay, fine. But I think that there should be always a fail state. You should always be able to fail it.
No.
You don't think you should?
No. I would like a fight in which, okay, it's not a fail state, but it's within the fight. If you don't damage the boss in a certain time, its health goes back to 100, but you haven't failed. So you can still keep attempting the fight, but you've got to try and beat that thing. Rather than, I don't like the concept of a fail state.
Would it get any easier?
No. There is a set.
So you have to choose to abandon.
No. Yeah, you either you eternally fighting the boss. He's a person. He's not a robot that beep boop input output. You're fighting this enemy. Let's say heck, and you've got to, I don't know, knock down the 10 ducks on the board behind him. And if you don't get that done in 32 minutes, then the ducks reset. Right? But you know.
Though I agree with you.
So, by the way, also hang on. Or some fights.
Yes, yeah. Not all of them. No, I completely 100% on that. But I just feel that the majority of the player base would get way too salty with that.
No, it's a DPS or execution check.
Yeah,
but this is actually better because if it has a failure state, for that kind of thing, what you're saying is, I'm going to, oh no, you didn't do it in 32 minutes. I kick you out of the mission. Right, now go do everything again. What I'm saying is, in that fight on that, let's say, working in the current trial system, you're on the final boss. You've done the other 2 bits. You can stay in that fight as long as you can, and you can attempt to get the boss down, but the boss will reset itself if you don't do it in a certain time. But then, as long as you have ammo and no one's dead,
I personally know somebody who will never, ever hit abandon. So they'd get frustrated. They'd have to hit abandon.
I know the majority, like a lot of people that we know would hate that. Look at how they hated yes, I'm using it potentially as a crutch, but the whole index thing where you had to fail it for Glass Gambit.
Yeah.
The number, I'm pretty sure, Loz, you hated it as well.
I did, but this isn't like that at all.
This is making you choose to fail. Whereas in that one,
right, you are failing, but there's no punishment. There's no kick to the bucket to the curb punishment. You can keep reattempting it as long as you don't have revives. Eventually, because the game already has inbuilt failure states, in theory, if you run out of revives, then that's it. So but
that's the same as the players having trouble to stay alive.
No, because that would be that they're having trouble staying alive, whereas
and so they lose all their lives and they get kicked out. That's the natural progression.
But that's part of the loop. That's just that that the damage is too much for them to do it, and they do it. Whereas this is more that I'm saying that. So
maybe I shouldn't be looking at this as just one possible thing.
So this,
sorry, Loz.
Attempt 1, no one gets down, but we failed in the execution. Attempt 2, we failed a bit worse, but someone lost to revive because they were pushing a bit harder. Try again. Eventually, there are things like that, or people run out of sentinels. There are, or maybe people run out of ammo. There's, or people run out of energy. There's other things.
Yeah.
Anyway, move on.
The next one was, have you played the new war? All of us, yes.
Yeah,
no, I've played.
Yeah.
Lie. I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, you couldn't do the
Shut up. Shut up. Anyway, did you enjoy playing as a character from other factions in the new war? I think you hate
the next one. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So I said yes. I assume
Yeah, I
you.
said yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Cool.
it. Yeah.
Right. Then, which gameplay segment did you enjoy the most between Carl, Vesso, and Teshin?
Vesso.
I said
Vesso.
Vesso. Yeah.
But I don't
I
like
really
that.
enjoyed Teshin too, but Vesso, sure.
Right. I don't like it because they're asking like, oh, people like this. Well, which bit did you like? The Vesso bit. So then they'll just go, oh, everyone loved the Vesso bit. We'll give them more stuff where they're playing a corpus controlling things. It's like,
Yeah.
no. They were all good. I want more of all of them. But now you're asking me which one was the best out of these three.
Yeah.
Not that the other two didn't have their own merits, but you are and could have expanded upon. But this is the one that you actually made complete and was really interesting for a boss. Actually had to fight it. Actually did interesting things. The other two were just spectacle pieces, but they could have done cool things. But so which was the best out of the three? This. Oh, they're gonna and then they're gonna take that and run with it. It's like, no, they were all good. You know, that's why I don't like it. They shouldn't have been asking it.
Next one was what kind of new Warframe would you like to see released? Support, tank, damage dealer, crowd control, all rounder.
What?
Huh?
Support or crowd control. Say.
What did you say, Loz?
Support.
Oh, okay, I put crowd control. So that. Next one. Which Warframe without a deluxe skin would you like to see receive one?
Caliban.
So for Nasuth's benefit, Caliban, Gauss,
Caliban.
Grendel, Lavos,
Caliban.
Sevagoth, Wisp, Ureli.
Caliban.
Wisp.
I put Wisp.
I think you said Caliban. Very good.
Right. What new customizations would you like to see the most?
Caliban.
Caliban is not a customization. He's a Warframe.
Caliban is
right.
everything.
Cyandanas, armor sets, weapon skins, companion armor sets, landing craft skins, and necromech skins.
Companion armor sets.
Armor sets.
You just said armor sets, Loz, yeah?
Yeah.
I put necromech armor skins.
When they say companion armor sets, does that include Kavats and Kubros?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Right.
Well,
it's just Sentinels. I don't really care.
Sentinels don't have armor sets; they have attachments.
Fair enough.
Same deal. Armor sets attached to you in the attachment section.
But they're
same
not
deal.
Armor.
They don't. They're not armor anyway. They don't do anything.
What's not? What doesn't do anything?
The Warframe armor attachments.
It does.
It just looks cool.
It just looks pretty.
Protects me from emotional damage.
Well, luckily the Sentinel
attachments
can do the same. Anyway, I put necromech skins because we need more variation in the necromechs badly.
Can we have more Arcwings? Where's Arcwing skins in that option?
Where's modular Arcwing? Anyway, so we have necromancer, pirates, fairies, and vampires. Is it time for a werewolf Warframe?
No.
I put yes.
No.
A werewolf, right?
No.
Because it's not going to be a werewolf. It's not going to be a werewolf.
Yes, it will be.
Where's our vampire Warframe?
They've removed it because it sucked.
It's because it sucked. I'm sorry if it doesn't. Right. Anyway, the next thing is
why do we need a werewolf?
I would much rather have an actual druid that can summon animals.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What's we don't have anything that
is it
a druid.
Is it going to go down on all fours and run around?
It's supposed to be.
Dude, we haven't got a fucking clue. None of the Warframes meet their... No, Warframe's... Oberon's not a druid. He's a paladin. That was his premise, right? He's the least looking paladin with a fucking consecrate.
He's so much...
No, he's not.
Because he
he's fucking not.
Animals and shit. He can heal them instantly.
No, he doesn't.
Isn't he?
No.
Is that just because you're using Vazarin?
He used to be Magical Fairy Princess frame.
No, I still call him that because of his Feyark skin.
Well,
anyway, and the next one is...
No, hang on, before you move on. If we're having any fantasy character next, we're having Centaur skin. Centaur frame. And I don't care that Jeff's going to be like, oh, I don't know how the modelling and the rigging's going to... It's like, no, Jeff, Centaur skin. Centaur frame. Go make Centaur frame.
When we get the horses in Deviri, then there's a precedent for Centaur skin, right?
Good call.
All right, so finish this sentence. In 2022, I want devs
Columbus
to
sailed
focus
the
more
ocean blue.
on
Sorry.
on 2020. So in 2022, I want devs to focus more on. I put gameplay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either gameplay or like cutting down on the combine some of these mods into to be better. Get rid of the number of mods.
I did have it into a sentence. I'm probably not going to be able to do it in one sentence in my head now, but it was something along the lines of.
It
Can you
should
read
be
that
one
start?
word.
Nope. No, it was like deciding whether or not they want all these additional game systems, e.g., in brackets, this is, but just add all of them, to be optional or mandatory for the progression onto the for access and progression through the next tier of game content.
Gameplay.
No,
I'm teasing. No, teasing you. I'm teasing you.
my point. My point is, it's like we've got folk. You've got
Yeah.
do you have to do it, or do you not have
It's
to do it? Necromex, do you have to do it, or do you not have to do it? Rivens, do you have to do them, or not have to do them? Arcanes, do you have to?
yes. No, I completely agree with you.
Player is now. We're now going to try and put in a new level of difficulty to something. What does the player bring into the game? Who the fuck knows? Sorry, I swear. Damn it. I'm kicking myself for swearing. Who knows what the player is bringing? Are they just going to go like
Yes.
me, as an idiot who
Yeah.
goes, I put damage mod in gun and shoot things? That's fun.
Well, this is why I want them to
Someone who
redo
goes,
the damage system.
Yeah.
Well, it's more than that though. No, because the damage system doesn't include all the systems like Focus, Necromex, Arc Guns, Arc Wing, Arcane.
Do they contribute damage?
Some of them do, not all of them.
Then
Some
they
of them are
do.
separate. Some of them have their own damage systems.
If they're their own damage systems, then they're completely separate.
Yeah.
I'm down for completely separated damage systems, but I don't know of any single damage system that's separated from everything else.
Why did you put gameplay?
Because I already put the damage system stuff at the start.
Well, you got to reiterate a point, but you guys understand. No,
You got to labour the point.
No, it's more than just the.
Nullifiers suck.
I want them to. The problem is, and what I'm trying to allude at is that they put new things into the game, but they never make it that you have to do this content. You compare it to an MMO. I don't go, oh, here's this new expansion for Final Fantasy called Endwalker, but you don't have to do it to get the next expansion after this. What? No, you have to do that content, level through it, get the gear to use to do on the next content. Right, do you have to do the focus system? No. Do you have to do the Necromex system? No. Do you have to get Riven? No. Do you have to get Arcanes? No. But you can. So the difference between me, who's an idiot, who just goes, I like slap damage mod and thing, to somebody like Mr. Warframe guy or Sandy Pants, who can just look at it and go, yes, when we consider the differential of the arcanes and combine them with the power that is from with this focus core, then with the abilities of this frame, with an extra boosted ability with the helmet system, I can then consequently use this to tear a hole in the fabric of the universe and destroy the moon.
Can you imagine the spreadsheets they have?
And I just shoot pellets at Grenier and go, shoot them with bullets.
So, what was your point?
That because all of those options means there's a massive disparity between what a player brings to the table.
I agree.
I agree. Right there.
No. I wasn't quite sure if you bringing up that stuff was to do with me just saying gameplay or the weapon stuff earlier, or if you were trying to.
No, neither. I was just trying to explain my point.
Yeah, no, I do get your point. I very much, because it's just an ocean wide and a puddle deep.
Well, no, it's instead of having instead of a swimming pool with one end being the shallow end and one end being the deep end, and it's like, right, if you want to get better, you work towards going towards that deep end. You are sitting in a giant circular swimming pool that is shallow in all directions in a 360 degree around you until 10 meters out, when it suddenly goes to a massive depth. So you're like, so you can easily just go around in circles in the shallow end, going, where am I supposed to be going?
I want to be cruel and say, like, how did you get in the pool then?
That's part of the trick. Then you think, how did I get here? That's what happens after a while.
You started there. You started there somehow. You woke up. You were isekai'd into the pool. Anyway,
that's Warframe in a nutshell.
The last two questions are,
besides generations.
Besides Warframe, what else are you playing? Please provide only one game. I put Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, I was going to say right now, Monster Hunter Rise.
I put Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. So I'm now playing Connoisseur while doing this. So
cool. And then the last one. Anything else you want to get off your chest? I simply put, I enjoyed the new war and everything. I thought it was great, but I hated the communication silence that we had for the last half of 2021. I felt so disconnected from the whole thing. I struggled to be enthusiastic about what was going on with Warframe.
Oh, what was the first one that you said? The first of these questions that are sort of like asking that I couldn't find an answer for.
Oh god. Going back. You think you've remembered the answer?
Yes.
If you could change one aspect of Warframe, what would it be?
I think I put something like, I want more operations because I want to go back to the days where Warframe used to feel it was like anything could happen every other week because operations, and they also made the solar system feel alive. So more operations, please.
Yep.
Right,
I agree
with the
with
final
that.
question, which I didn't. This is where I stopped because I didn't get a chance to write it out. My final answer was going to, for that final question, is like anything off your chest, was going to be my bugbear, which is, can you please make a decision on how many Tenno are bloody awake in this bloody game? Because the cinematics have one Tenno singular. The game is a multiplayer game with multiple Tenno. I don't care about having multiplayer elements in the single player quests, but the single player quests make no illusion or even explanation that there are multiple Tenno awake. It is a terrible mismatch between the storyline of the game and of the storylines for the quest line and what you experience in gameplay. Nasuth?
I would probably tell them, if I get one thing off my chest, it would be take the power of holding up the story away from Steve. Just do it. Just rip off that Band-Aid.
All right.
No words. He said the no words. Can't say the no words.
I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna try to log in next time. It's just gonna
banned. No, he said the quiet part out loud.
Right. Okay. So should we go back to the main topic at hand?
Sure.
Cool. So we just gone over the survey itself. Speaking of aggregated results, DE has released another aggregated stat list for usage of warframes, weapons, and so on, as they did last year. That's on the main website.
In fact, you can still look at last year's.
Can you? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Tenno Gen Round 21 is being released soon, and Tenno Gen Round 22 is beginning on March 20th. Today, the day
one's going to come in 2 parts as well.
Oh yeah. Today, the day of the dev stream, the test cluster has been reopened. More later. Then they had 3 specific parts of the dev stream. Part 1, which I think I'll blitz through, and then we will talk about that. Part 1, the making of New War. This section of the stream was mostly a discussion about how the different devs experienced the making of the New War, with reminiscence on the design choices they made. For example, the cinematic scope of just the first act with Carl, Vesa, and Teshin encompassed more time than the entire second dream. Jeff proudly told us that the work was the greatest collaborative achievement of his career. Code for the game had even been updated for just the amount of cinematic shifting, because the texture streaming had to change from the intro to the scene with error to flying the camera over the plains. Overall, it was a huge amount of work. As of note, for Act 1, we will be seeing more of these characters from this sequence. I'm not entirely sure if that was exactly correct, but they alluded to...
I thought they were saying there was only going to be one of them.
They kind of fumbled around with their words a bit, I think. So it was like, the question asked was, are we going to see any of these characters come back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not telling you how many though. For Act 2, the question was asked about the Archons, whether we could see them again further down the road. And Steve and Scott both believe that these bosses will definitely return at some point. There was too much work put into them just to abandon them only on the quest. The challenge with their return will be tweaking them to actually match up to Warframes instead of the Drifter. They actually really highlighted that.
Remember what I said, Laws, about a new enemy is introduced, you just point a gun at it and kill it? That's talking about. Yeah.
What were you saying, Loz?
They can't.
They're going to. They're just going to completely.
No. They say that. They say that. I will. We can have a point to come back, and then if anyone listening can remember this next when they eventually do, I will. I don't know. We'll come up with some negative for me some punishment for me to be to eat on this one because they actually do a good job of it. I personally don't think they can because one of the great things about this fight was not just the enemy; it was the limited tool set that you had to work with. That's what made it such an interesting and dynamic challenge because it was clear what power the player was bringing to the table for the fight. So then they can base the enemy around that. So you had your area set for you to work within and to learn the skills and needed to succeed. And that's when the enemy could do cool things against you. When you put a Warframe and all the other crazy stuff we have into it, there's no way. That's the key. If they can do it, I'll be amazed because that's the crux of the problem with the game. That there's just too much player power, player opportunity to come in that sometimes players don't have and sometimes they do. That I don't believe they can recreate the awesomeness that was fighting the what are they called again?
Archons
as the Drifter. That was
maybe.
They're gonna have to, the only out I'm gonna give myself is if they do the same thing. If they do that, I'm not taking a negative. I'm not gonna have a punishment.
What, as if they force you to be
into some limited part?
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe they just go kicked you out of your Warframe. Now you got to fight me now.
If they just limit you to just your operator or something.
I mean, to be fair, I'd be down for that because then it was like, oh, now I've got a reason to actually put some effort into my operator.
Exactly. Wouldn't that be really good? So they said, but you just said that they said to get them up to Warframe level. So okay, I'm holding it now. Everyone hold me accountable, and we can come up with a punishment if it happens. But I honestly don't think they can achieve that. I think it'll be just either they'll come out and they'll be like meh.
Do you think it'll be like, oh, here's the stalker, I'm gonna bend him over my knee and spank him with his own hate,
just like the acolytes.
Yeah,
that's what they'll end up like. The Archons are like acolytes. It's like, oh look, there's an Archon. Oh really? Use some stupid build.
What Archon?
Yeah.
Anyway. Right. And then in Act 3, we visit the Zeramen 10-0, and the devs all enjoyed watching every streamer or content creator explore it. The visit to this map is something that will be important for future updates. They do tease fucking very terribly this later on, which we'll get into. So that was it for part 1, making of the new war. In all honesty, I was kind of bored watching it.
Yeah.
I
mean, they deserve to pat themselves on the back a little bit, but that's kind of what it felt like, was them just and so far removed from when it happened too.
I would have regardless of that, I would have much rather had a separate dedicated stream for just that. That was half an hour alone.
Yeah.
And they rushed it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I remember they did this, I think, a few days after War Within's release, and I was like, grumble, but it made sense. They needed, to have their catharsis there. Yeah. Look, finished it. It's past Christmas. It's past all of. If this was the first stream of January and they did it in the first few weeks, I'd be fine. And they tell us we're going to have another stream maybe early February where they're going to go into next year, but they want to round off and they wanted to sit and chill and just talk about the war and how awesome it was. That'd be fine. But this is the end of January. This is like, oh, we're going to plan out what we're doing for the year, and they just want to sit there and be like, oh, guys, pat on the back.
They didn't really tell us any plans for the year as a whole. They don't tell us plans for the next 2 updates, which are probably going to be before April. We'll probably get both of them.
No, let's. We know when the first one's coming out. It's coming out February 9th. Right.
Shouldn't speculate on the second.
Yeah, we're not going to speculate on the second, but we can jump to that if you want, or we could jump to part 3 and come back to part 2, or we could just do part 2 first.
No. Yeah, you've got an order. Let's go with it.
Okay, cool. I'm 100% on board with what Loz has said. They should have done another stream earlier in January. Like I don't want to pressure them. I personally would prefer to have streams every other week again, right? Because it may be super disruptive in terms of, the workflows and things like, we can't have a meeting at this time because I got a dev stream I got to prepare for, or what have. Maybe it's a simple case of there are 2 levels of streams. So the first stream of the month is maybe Megan and some of the other developers at the company, and then the second one is Rebecca and the couch crew.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
But yeah, so it felt, so it felt rushed. I kind of got the impression that Steve and Jeff were maybe a little ticked off because some of the achievements of Act 2 and Act 3 were kind of glazed over. Like Steve really wanted to blow the trumpet of, look, we did the drifter thing, we did the whole thing with it, and it was kind of glazed over. So I think, yes, that should have been a separate dev stream. But unless you guys have anything else, we'll move on to part 2.
I do think they said, I may have remembered this wrong, but I'm pretty sure at one point they said that they started with Just Call, and then people were like, oh, we have to have more, we need to represent all the factions. And so they had to suddenly like dump a bunch of time and effort into creating Visto and Teshin. I'm not sure about that.
I may have
pretty sure I heard that.
I may have missed that. Right. So moving on to, and I would believe that. So moving on to part 2, post New War update 13.1, the
31.
Echoes of War, 31.1. The Echoes of War will release on February 9th and will feature the replayability of the New War, including fragments of the Soma chord, so you can get some of the music and things. Quality of life updates for liches and sisters. The progenitors of them. So if you choose to skip a weapon on like the Larvling or whatever the sister's progenitor is, or he is a progenitor. Sure, whatever. They will there's be a much, like, it removes the weapon out of the pool until the next one or something. Like, I'm not entirely sure how that works.
So if you're going for a Kuva Nucor and you get a seer,
Kuva hack, sure,
that you reject the seer, next mission you go on, you don't even have the possibility of the seer coming up.
Right.
You keep rejecting weapons until the pool is small enough that you get the one you want, and then it resets.
Right. Okay, cool. The next, maybe I could finally get the Kuva Grattler. All right. So the next one, to be fair, I'm not really trying. The next one is new augments. I didn't really take a great look at them because there were Wisp augments. Did you actually write them down?
Yes. There's one for Ureli.
Ureli, that's what I meant.
Yeah. One for Ureli, one for Grendel, one for Gauss, and one for Frost.
Frost?
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Frost gains 200% critical chance and 200% critical damage against frozen enemies.
Damn.
Yeah. The Thermal Sunder one also looked cool. It's Thermal Transfer. Allies in range of Thermal Sunder gain 75% bonus elemental damage for 30 seconds.
Damn.
Gourmand, instead of energy, I wrote Feast. Yeah, Feast consumes 200 health on cost and 30 per tick. And Surging Blades, Aqua Blades gain 8% extra damage per enemy that gets hit. Then you can press 3 to launch your blades at foes.
Wow. Cool.
Pretty neat.
Next, we saw the Hildren Deluxe skin, which I'm pretty sure they did say will be coming with that 31.1.
Yeah.
Though I kind of feel that she may have gained a bit of weight.
I don't mind.
No, it just no. It just felt like this doesn't look like this. More looks like Grendel than it does Hildren.
Fat shaming.
Yes.
You big up.
Speaking of Grendel, though, his new skin is looking amazing.
You fat shaming.
Yes.
You big up.
Moving on, the next part was Star Days is going to be returning for Valentine's Day, and the Tenno Balm stuff that didn't happen last year should be wrapped into it. So the whole charity giveaway stuff, the donations, yeah, words, you got it. The quality of life update for progenitors. Oh, wait, this is going into detail of what the thing is. The new customization features. Oh, yeah. New customization features for your operator has been announced. You can now have heterochromia or chromatic eyes, where both eyes are different colors. Also, for the drifter, there are plans for facial hair, but it's in early testing and will not be coming with the update. There is also...
What was that?
Are you kidding me?
You beard shaming.
There is also work in progress.
Are you beard shaming?
No! Do you really think?
Oh, I hope they can have like a
There
little
is also
puberty beard, or somebody that can never grow a full mustache.
Anyway, there is also work in progress to ensure that all operator cosmetic suits will soon fit the drifter. Again, though, not appearing in this update. So basically, they were saying they had issues where they'd apply the cosmetic skins and then they would stretch weirdly and deform the bodies of the drifter. So that's why they never saw the release.
Yeah. They need to touch them up, is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah.
But then we can play Dead Space.
Yes.
Nice.
With Sir Isaac Newton.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, there's all the... Right. So the next...
They're also adding like a new accessibility tab.
Oh, yeah. I didn't actually catch that.
Everything that's currently spread out everywhere will get grouped together.
They're putting in one place.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next was Steve's Tech Talk.
They stole my image for Xeno's story time. I am so angry. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course.
So Steve and Rebecca previewed the update to the rendering of spaces and metals. The older renderer system is being almost completely phased out, folding into the new system that has been slowly updated over the years. So this is kind of like the last step on the current shift. There was discussion about code compiling the new system of the with a new system on this, all scripts in the game will run quite a lot faster. It will mostly benefit low-end PCs, but it means that all the little things that take time, like bringing up menus, will be snappier and update quicker. While this is going to be great performance, the download for the update will be considerably larger than expected. Steve predicts about half a gig to a full gig of data. So that's just for like the menus, interactions, and things like that.
Absolutely no.
The UI has also been updated to use square icons on menus, meaning things can now see 4 items per row in the arsenal instead of 3. So like there were like rectangles wide ways, so width ways, that they've now been all squashed into squares to put 4 on a row instead. While the new war did improve some operator hair, Steve will be extending that process to more hair and even to Kubros to improve rendering there. I think Steve actually said all companions, but I swear Kravats don't have any hair on them.
You don't have any hair on you.
I was
That's
expecting you to
also-
turn around and say, "Are you Kravat shaming?" So
that's also where the facial hair stuff is going to come from. Is with this new technique.
You bigger.
yes. What is up with you?
Hey, no, you being really mean for no reason at all.
I know. Right. The next major update. So this is part 3. Do you guys have anything to talk about part 2, or should we just get into the what's to come?
I do want to say that I obviously didn't see it in the stream, but like these are the kind of things that's what I want from a dev stream. I want to hear Steve being excited about a new render system and how it's going to make everything low quickly and things. It's like that's what Steve should be doing. Should have been hearing that all last year from Steve. Instead, he's like had to sit there with his gag on.
The summer chord fragments don't have to replay the quest. They will also be in like the open worlds.
Okay.
And also we saw the Zeraman briefly on the star chart, very very briefly.
Yes.
I think that's all I really had.
The next major update, which will be 31.5, is named the Angels of the Zeraman. Right? This is going to be a direct follow-up to the new war, featuring 2 new game modes, a quest, and a new warframe. The February dev stream will feature this in a lot more detail. But if you were paying attention to Rebecca's screen while you were looking at the star chart, you could see the Zeraman as a new node near the void.
Jumped the gun there, sorry.
No, that's fine. They also brought up cross-play and cross-save. Still needs a lot of work. So it's not coming in the next update, but they will give us an update on everything they do. So it's like it's nowhere near ready. Yeah, one of the big things that they highlighted is merging accounts. So if you had a PC account and a PlayStation account, how are you going to merge them? Right? So that's a lot of stuff that they're going to have to look into, which is by no small feat. No means small feat, right? DE are hoping to do a rework on to the Xmas enemies in time for 31.5. They want to achieve the following: clear visual identities. So the perfect example is the which one's the cold one? The Arctic Xmas unit?
Yes.
Yeah. So they want to bring them more in line with what the Arctic Xmas achieves. So clear visual identities, improved and clear mechanics, increase their threat. This will increase their time to kill, increase their rewards, and the infographic that Rebecca showed also specifically mentioned energy leech Xmas, but not what they're planning to do with them. So, because like energy leech Xmas are some of the hardest to identify. They're just like,
the only tell you've got is that you have to keep an eye on your feet for like a purple aura that you're disappearing. It's like, that's really not very good.
Yeah. So, hell, I was watching Nasuth stream Majora's Mask last night, and there was a part where he had this like weird red border around his screen with like a normal view in the middle of it. I assume it's some weird mask that you had on. Like, I'd much rather that when you get bloody energy leech going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, do you remember when they did? It was a bit over the top, but when they added in the void rifts to Arcwing, Railjack, and there was the absolute ridiculous UI.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
But you have to say, at least you knew you could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe something like the new one for energy leeches.
Well, no, just bloody draw a line between the two.
Yeah.
There's my warframe.
Yeah.
There's a purple wavy line that's pointing at the Xmas.
Yeah.
Not that hard, surely. I hope. Right. There will also be augment review for all the least used augments. I think they said 16 augments were in review.
Augments?
Jeez.
Augments?
The mods.
The augment mods for frames.
Yeah.
Augment.
Yeah.
Like
ability augments.
Banshee has Venom Dose, where when she uses, she can cast her Venom or Toxic Lash and give other people Venom damage.
I think you mean Saren.
Saren, yes. What did I say?
It's Banshee. I'm
Banshee,
like, when
yes,
does Banshee does toxin damage?
Banshee has Toxin and Saren has Sound. Yeah, that's well
clearly.
known.
Yeah. Right. No. Sorry. Yes. I'm sorry. It's like we've been talking about new augments earlier, and I'm like, augments. Augments. Limb augments? Like my brain just failed.
As a last note, Rebecca went into the upcoming deluxe skins. She showed the in-game model of the new Valkyrie Deluxe, which is coming with new animations, much like Zephyr and Mirage did. So this was, I think the concept art was shown off at TennoCon. It's like, basically it's super muscly bomber jacket Valkyrie done by Liger and Azuka. It looks awesome, especially when it wasn't wearing Rebecca's colors.
Oh no, he didn't.
So, oh no, he didn't. All right. Grendel will also be getting a skin in the. Yeah, Grendel will also be getting a skin in the for Lunar New Year, which vastly outshines the Valkyrie one, despite the throwaway style Rebecca tried to use. I'm not quite sure why we needed that note, Thalion, but I appreciate it. I like the Valkyrie one, but anyway, yeah. So Grendel's new one looks. Oh, it's good. It's different.
I like
the Gemini one looks so similar.
Sleeves.
You're a puffy sleeves. Anyway, but the Grendel one also looked great.
Oh, it looks so good. So good.
And the sculpt for the Protea Deluxe, which was shown off again at TennoCon, which we've seen recently, Loz, with that whole thing with the Toncore. That is currently in the works by Skyers, who is not a community artist alien. He's actually a modeler for the E. And the completed concepts for Liger's newest design has been submitted, this time for Zaku, which is based on broken pottery with a demonic skeleton. So Lars unfortunately hasn't seen it. We might be able to fish it out of the Warframe website. But Nasuth, what did you think of it?
Of the new
of the Zaku skin.
Zaku skin? It's honestly pretty good. It maybe a little ostentatious, but I mean, deluxe skins should be. I really liked the concept of the broken pot being healed with that technique. I can't remember the name of it.
What?
There's a technique for when a pot breaks, they, rather than just letting it stay broken, they like fix it by using gold, which is why he looks like a cracked pot that's been, got little gold bits in like the legs and stuff.
Okay.
There's a name for it, and I can't remember what it is.
Gilding?
No.
Not sure. But yeah, so if do you want to bring it up for Loz, because you keep on flashing up?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Can you see that, Loz?
Oh, I can't see streams.
Oh.
Which, hold on, is that on a tweet? That's on a tweet.
That is on a tweet.
God, I just tried to I'm trying to make it go to Loz, but it's too big. It's like Oz. I
did it.
Did that work?
I did it.
You did it. Did that work, Loz?
Yeah.
You look at can you see it on Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Kind of cool.
I know.
Rebecca was like, she was like, I was speechless over it. I was nearly in tears, and I'm like, okay, it's good. It ain't that good. I think the Grendel one's better, personally.
I'll tell you, the issue I have is the eyes and the nose.
Oh, the face, yeah.
It's just the eyes and the nose, right? If you were to replace that with, like, I don't know, just a flat surface,
or more of a Warframey face,
I'd have no issue with it. But yeah, it's too.
You don't look at the frame front.
Huh?
Most of the time you look at the frame from the back.
Even though that's true, I still... Okay, fine. I'm looking at it from the front right now. I don't like it.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
I do like the horns. The horns are pretty dope.
Yeah. I like the skeleton. I like the jade parts. I like the pottery parts. Don't like the eyes and the nose.
I think that kind of thing, it's definitely something to wait for the final render on. I'm still not
overly... yeah.
Which one
Remember what they did? Remember what they did to the Xcal Xeno skin?
Yeah.
To be honest though, I actually was really looking forward for the Hydroid skin. I was really looking forward to that, but then when it got into game, I was just like, oh, I don't like this.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I think you can get brilliant art these days, but then you have it's as a piece of artwork, this is amazing, absolutely phenomenal. But for a Warframe thing, we'll have to wait to see what the final renders look like.
That's true,
especially for that face. So you'll see.
All right, is that everything?
I
think so. Yeah, that's all the notes I have. Cool. Unless Nasuth has anything else he wants to point out.
No, I think that's it. Yeah.
It was a 2-hour stream, and there just seems to be that. No,
there wasn't. It was
like an hour and a half.
Okay, an hour and a half.
Tops. Yeah.
Where at one point they're like, "Oh, by the way."
Yeah, they spent very little time, it felt, on Angels of the Examine.
Following up to New War.
Or honestly, really, the... Well, I guess that one's just a lot of like little quality of life stuff. So that's fine. But I would have liked to hear what the new game modes were going to be like.
Just give me the names.
Yeah.
But
also,
it's
show me some concept art. Direct follow.
What's the new Warframe?
They showed one piece of concept art of inside the Zaraman, and it looked like I just want to know also, is this a tile? Is this a tile structure? Right? Yeah. Is there a new tile set?
Or is it just a single room, basically?
Yeah. There's too many questions that felt like, honestly, this felt it should have been 2 separate streams.
Yeah.
So, but that's one angry take.
No, I agree, because it just felt like they had to. It felt like they were rushing through everything to get it all in there.
I don't really have much else to add to this. I hope that we get a lot more detail with the February update. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see 31.5 until April-May time. I hope that's me just being pessimistic.
I'd be all right with April.
I would be all right with March. But
but I'd be all right with April.
It really depends. Like I was saying that. I think I was saying this to you, Nasuth. Like, I would be happy if they dropped the quest for the Angels of the Zaraman.
I mean, I feel like we need some narrative to sort of cap off New War, but
just shove in, like, here's lore and here's data pads.
Yeah.
Right? If you scan the data pad, you can listen to the audio.
Target to scan.
Yeah. It's like, I just feel that quests hold up production quite a lot.
Oh, if they sensibly do this as a Tempestari level quest, which took them like less than 3 months.
Yeah.
4 months, that'd be fine.
But yeah, no, May would be pushing it, I think.
We'll see. Again, we don't even know what the scope of this is.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
Oh, what?
We're getting another New War level quest in May. You heard it here first on 10 o'clock.
No, shush.
This will drop in June.
June, you
You were going to
think?
say June.
Yep, because that's how they do TennoCon. They always put a big, sort of a semi-big content release before TennoCon to give people new things. Then
Oh.
it's like, hey, TennoCon, we're going to tell you about this things for the end of the year or later in the year. And then people who haven't been playing come into the game and go, oh, there was this update just a month ago that I missed. I'll have to play that while I'm waiting for the content they just told me about. That's what they've done since Sacrifice.
Yeah.
I would have to look
Oh,
back.
actually, no, since Spectres, actually. Spectres the Real. In fact, that dropped at TennoCon. I think they realised that was stupid, so then after that it dropped before TennoCon, which was the sensible way to do it.
Right. Let's hope it's before June.
Yeah.
I really, really hope it is. And should we go to the next section? Should we go on to what is next?
Graphs, or is it supporter questions?
I hope it's not supporter questions because we don't have any. Graphs. So the next one's graphs.
Rightio.
All right. So if you hit the do you want to turn off the
yes
topics? Topics. Click on topics.
Yeah.
Click on.
Yeah. There we go.
No, not that button. Click on the topics. Yeah.
Oh,
right, and then just hit clear.
Right.
Now go to graphs.
I know how to do things. I promise.
And press one. Right. Okay. So the first question we asked of last week is: do you feel there is a lack of motivation as to why you're running missions? Do you remember this, Loz?
No.
Okay, so last week we had the topic of the law should go backward, not forward. Yeah. So, and you know, they were suggesting, oh, we need reasons to why we're doing missions and stuff like this. So, do you feel that?
I don't get what we're doing anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I just go run relics because I run relics. There's no real incentive to run any other type of mission.
I also mean it from
no lore-wise.
Oh, lore-wise. Oh. Maybe, yeah.
Do you like? Oh, you need to protect this individual that's sleeping in the cryopod.
Yeah,
because they're a special operative.
I'd like to know more about the lone Tenno operative.
Okay, yeah, so 33% said no, 67% said yes.
Also, just what about we're capturing all these people? Why? Why are we capturing people?
What do we do with them?
Why? Why are we spying on this stuff? The Grenier can't kidnap or overtake a small base next to an old pillar of meat. So why do we bother disrupting their forces around the bloody solar system? The Nefanyo doesn't understand when someone is trolling him with a troll face.
Lol.
It's like, it's clearly the people who tried to rebel before. No, they've got a different face. This is Voxelaris. They've got a funny voice modulator. It's the same dudes. They're living in that small hole.
But I don't know where they are. They could be anywhere. Down there.
Yeah, they're down there. Go drop an orb on them. That worked before. Like, you know that other place you dropped an orb on?
Yeah.
Now they're all quiet. Why don't you drop an orb on this one?
Right, okay. The next question. Number 3.
Number 2.
Number 2 is: how do you feel about syndicates being expanded upon and have more aggressive missions against each other?
Good.
So 15% said negative, 20% said neutral, and 70% said positive.
Let the real wars begin.
Those don't add up. Why do those numbers not add up?
That's the new loco have bribed Aaron to hack your numbers.
God damn it, stop hacking my numbers. Right. The next one.
Sorry, that doesn't just add up. That does massively doesn't add up.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's 5% over, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when I was expecting like 1 or 2% when there's like rounding errors.
Which is the worst bounty stage between Liberate the Camp and the Deimos Grenier stage? 25% of people are right, and 75% of people are wrong.
Yeah, it's like unless you bring Mesa, and even then, it's so hard to keep those aimbot Grenier from just killing everything.
Well, actually,
maybe the answer is that they're saying liberate the camp because they refuse to do Deimos. So the only option is liberate the camp or something that doesn't exist. Maybe that's what they're confused by.
Peter Graver wanted to help you out here, Xeno. Just a little tip for Deimos: if you're struggling that much with beating the Grineer, killing the infested, use Limbo and send the Grineer into the rift using his wand. They can't kill anything and you win. Limbo is actually really good for Deimos in general. If you don't like that, use Zaku's 2, Necros' 4, Embers 4, and just a few easy ways to that mission with minimal effort. Yeah, I normally do Embers 4.
That doesn't necessarily work at stage 5 though.
Yeah. But do you know how it works with liberate the camp? You get your Arcwing out and you shoot things, and then they die. Anyway, it's good to know though. But
people die when they are killed.
But I never want to do fucking Deimos. Anyway, right. I prefer my answer. Right. So the next graph is which open world needs some TLC the most, right?
Really?
And this response baffles me the most.
Huh?
29% for Orb Valis and Cambion Drift. 43% said Plains of Eidolon.
Okay, if the question is which do you want to see more, Plains of Eidolon, because I want them to just ignore Deimos and let it rot and nobody ever go there.
Yeah, but
I'd love to see the Plains of Eidolon get expanded and have more caves and everything. But the question is, which open world needs more Cambion Drift by a long way? Long way.
Yeah. Did anyone explain why they felt Plains of Eidolon needed more TLC than Cambion Drift? Or anything else, rather?
I guess it does need to be patched up after the Sentient Assault. So, you know, it needs a little.
Was that no loss?
No loss.
Okay, no loss. Right. That just fucking shocks the shit out of me, seriously.
Baffling.
Right. The next one is, do you have issues with the orange particle crap in the Cambion Drift that Xeno keeps raging about? 43% said yes, 57% said no.
I don't have an issue with it, but I can see why somebody would.
I want to be really mean. Is it because you can't see it? Yeah. Is it because you can't see the orange crap?
Possibly, very possibly.
I fucking hate it.
What he's saying is we have to butcher your eyeballs.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, just get some drills.
The muscles around your eyeballs.
Tell you what. I'll let you pour some chemicals in my eyes, and then I can become like Deadpool. Fuck, Daredevil.
If I buy you a pair of orange filtered sunglasses, will you no longer see the orange rubbish?
I don't know. You're welcome to try.
I might try.
I doubt it would work.
It'll just look like rubbish instead.
I probably wouldn't see anything because everything's sodding orange there. I just be like, why am I floating in space?
And that's for the supporter questions.
We have no supporter questions. Xeno forgot to bloody reset the damn thing. This is why there's numbers involved on that. So sorry, there's no supporter questions this week. So we have to go straight on to the community responses.
Yep. So this was in episode 426. First, I want to say, because I think they went back and forward, I think at least 6 or 7.
We're on 426.
Sorry, 425. Peter Graver, sorry, I'm just reading from the top of my piece of paper. Paper, it's a computer screen. Peter Graver and Amhail did a good, interesting little discussion on different points of view of fixing the damage system, which is cool to go. Peter Graver, MDRLOz, here's some useful information for you and Xeno. Yeah, the syndicates are more like competitive business and not so much enemies. Peter, I suggest you go to the back of the Red Veil room and tell the person the Grineer is strapped down. This is not business. This is not being enemies. This is just competitive business. Also, Peter says, I mean, I was well aware that you can have 4 syndicates at Exalted or Max Rep, but he also said that you can get it so that you're not hated by any, as well as having 4. Is that possible?
It is, but It's a
you then have
really
to,
it's like a constant balancing act.
Right, you have to then get it to the point it's
You
balanced
have to
and
constantly
never do it
rotate
again.
between them,
Kind of.
as opposed to just constantly do
And I don't think you
steel
can have
meridian
them.
and ignore them.
I don't think you can have them all at max. I don't think you can have any of them at max. I might be wrong about that.
Right. Also, moving on. So Benjamin's marriage. I think Hijack should get a facelift to be an endless mode overall, like I proposed before. A Corpus train racing through the ice fields of Neptune or between the gas cities of Saturn carrying supplies. A Grineer train curling around the Grineer shipyard on Ceres and or across / under the sea on Uranus carrying supplies. Or a train laden with explosives on either Eris or the faction tile sets in invasion missions set to destroy an infested hive. There was
So,
description to it, like said what the missions would work like, where you'd capture the train, and then the longer you could hold it, the more carriages get attached to your train that you have to defend. And then when you exited, you had a different cutscene based on it. So, for instance, like the infested hive, the train, went into the hive and exploded, and more carriages have more explosions.
Oh god, I know I've had this conversation, I think, with Loz before, but we had this idea of like a Grineer train that you had to sort of like decouple parts. Or maybe it's hydroxate. You had to decouple cars, and if you didn't do it well enough, they'll recouple cars. And like basically, the objective is fluid. Like it changes from instance to instance kind of thing. So they could like from one point it could be a capture mission where you have to capture some conductor on the train, so you have to go up and down the train to get the fucker, to another point where you've blown the back of like the last 3 carriages on, and then the Grineer are trying to reattach a new 3 carriages to it, and so it's like, yeah, I think a high mobility mission, especially with the whole technology they have now with the port view that they put into Railjack, I think the train thing could really, really work. And again, I'd love to be on the outside of the train and you're sort of like being pulled away kind of thing. It's like, nope, I have to fucking fight this. No one should stand on a train.
I love the concept of train fighting because it could be so cool. You could have it that you fight in the train, then you have some carriages have 2 or multiple floors. Then some carriages you're forced to the outside of the train. Some carriages you weave from the left outside to the right outside, or you go like in a circle. You start on the left side, you have to work up to the top of that carriage, down to the right hand side, then get into it. Sometimes where you've got to clear the next carriage in 2 minutes because the guard of this carriage is calling in a merger with a nearby train. Sometimes when you're doing the outside carriages, an enemy train pulls up alongside. You have to stop progressing along because the train to your left or right is causing attacking your train. This so cool a concept, and it can be done dynamically with loads of different things happening, and it's random each time. But it's instead we will never get such fun things.
No. What else? Community responses.
Zrugul, I'll let you know. I will try your suggestion for sleep and stealth. That sounded really cool. Eric Skazany. Got old. I still can't get adaptation or arcane energize to drop.
Ooh.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit for me. Say that again.
I still can't get adaptation or arcane energize to drop. And then I said, really loudly because there are people sleeping.
Okay.
Do you feel you have got the complete information now?
I do feel I have the complete information now.
Very good. Well, you can finish on Stromber's Shell. Came back to leave a comment after listening to this episode because I remembered. Thanks for another great episode, guys.
Thank you. Just trying to think now. How do you get adaptation?
It is from whatchamacallem, those arbitrations.
The dirty word.
Ugh.
Right, well, moving on to the next section. We're moving on to the memes.
I need to send. Oh, unless Nasuth's just going to look at them on screen.
Yeah, I can just look at them on screen. What I usually do.
Okay. I like to look at them on my fancy internet computer because I have fancy internet.
You fancy your internet?
I got a fancy internet connection. That does. Right. Okay. Cool.
My internet is so rubbish. I can't even load pages for some reason.
Oh.
So all these memes are from the r/meme frame subreddit. So the first meme, which I do have preloaded, tale as old as time, but I never thought it would happen to me. Finally got my friend into Warframe. I say I'll get him a Warframe of his choice with Plat to get him hooked. He picks Octavia, gets frustrated with Amanda Cord, and quits the game forever. He picks Octavia, gets frustrated with Amanda Cord, and quits the game forever.
Oh, poor Octavia.
Yep, I can.
Too bad he doesn't know he's sleeping on the best frame out
there. Rule 1, you pick the frame.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I can't load the second meme, so there's a second meme.
Okay, so hit number 2.
I guess no spoilers in this one, but I wonder what requires testing. I don't know what it says.
I guess there's no spoilers in this one, but I wonder what requires testing. I'm very excited now. The anticipation. Ooh, I always learn so much from a test cluster. And then there's what's got a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi from the original trilogy. DE, there will be a test cluster this weekend. Tenno. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Oh, it's Guinness, you're doing it right here. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
That's good.
There we go.
Right, meme number 3 is sometimes I think we all forget where we came from. Me at Master Rank 1 with my cool shotgun I bought from the market. Me 24 with my akimbo style homing micro rocket launchers.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not confused by the skeleton at all.
It's Zaku. It's Zaku. Everyone knows that Zaku is like one of the top powerhouse dealers. Come on, Xeno, get with the game. Okay. Jeez.
Okay.
Meme number 4, because I'm really enjoying this meme format. I think I've had it twice now. Hey Warframe, how's it going? Hey Warframe, how's it going? 2020 year in review, most used gear. I think is that Wukong Prime, Ignis Ray.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
2021 year in review. Wukong Prime now higher. Ignis Ray staying stable. Kuva new core.
Off the goddamn charts.
50% more.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to meme number 5. Grabs popcorn. Warframe players. I feel bad for you. Destiny players. I don't think about you at all.
Ooh, shade thrown.
But
it's fine. It's Destiny.
The first reply is, don't worry. The reason we don't think about Warframe players is because we're all too busy self-loathing.
Okay.
Am I the final meme number 6? Am I the only one who? I will enjoy my allotted Warframe to the gaming time I will enjoy my allotted Warframe gaming time to the fullest. AFK in the orbiter, leveling Master Rank fodder. What a good gaming session.
Oh my goodness. Way to just call me out.
Yeah.
Well, I will also let people know, because I don't often do. There's also the 7th meme of the week, or I call it the secret meme, which I pick a video when there are videos on the.
No, it's
not
that.
actually. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're not allowed to see it.
No, but you guys should.
Right. Okay.
You guys should. It's only short.
Fine. I'll have a quick look now.
You'll love it.
I'll send it now. Wait, is this the one I think? Yeah, I know what this one is. Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me send it to Nasuth. There you go, Nasuth.
Titled Venari using Strangledome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you not seen this before, Nasuth?
Oh, it's one of these. Yes, okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Excellent.
No. Right. Okay, and now I'm pretty sure the next section is the community shoutouts.
Now I will just try one last time to load any of these bit.ly links.
Yeah.
Working.
Right. Okay. So the
So
first.
I'll be quiet now. All this artwork is beautiful, amazing, and the better I'll be pixel art because I will cry in the corner. Where I miss
Shit, it's all pixel art.
Oh no.
No, I'm joking.
Oops, I'll pick.
Press 1. Cool. So the first community shout out is Harrow X Vault by Joe. There's actually 2 bits to this one. This is the first item on the tweet. The second one is separate. Well, I mean, if you're doing that for yourself, that's fine, Nasuth. But remember,
Yeah, I'm doing that for myself.
Cool.
That is
right?
Gorgeous.
Yep. The second community shout out is I Want the Bamboo Hat, also by Joe. The other, oh gosh, what are they called? There are additional images in this, which are a little comic strip and things like that, so it's quite funny.
Whoever this artist is, they're really good.
Joe.
Yeah, really, really good.
They put a lot of O's in their name. So the third community shout out is a Wisp Deluxe concept by Matthew.
I am way into this. Holy crap!
Yep.
Oh, that's so perfect for the Wisp aesthetic too.
Yep. I like how thin and lanky the arms are and things.
Yeah,
so.
And the skirt. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. The fourth community shout out is Night Hunter Sarin by Lucky Goblin.
Cute.
Yep. Loz thinks it's amazing.
Oh yeah, he loves Sarin, doesn't he? Big Sarin fan.
Clearly.
And her sonar.
Yep. So the fifth community shout out is Titania Empress by Carl Tabora. Yep. I have a sneaky suspicion this may have been on before, but I honestly can't remember.
It's the detail on the. Are those lotus symbols hidden in there? Or are they just? Is it just?
No, I think it's just the. I think it's just the patterning on the underside of the wings.
Okay,
like in the game. Yeah, still amazing. The sixth community shout out is His Crowns Could Be Yours by Archer.
Because of how fast is that? Because of how fast he moves?
I don't know. He could actually have skates. I have no idea. I mean, I keep shooting the fucker until it's dead.
Yeah, same.
Poor Lucas. And then last but not least is community shout number 7. 7 is no. That is. Did you press 7?
Yeah.
Oh, hit pause real quick. Did that actually pause? We'll never know. No. Right, so there we go. So this one is an Ordis pin by Lisella. So, and like little bits of it glow in the dark. So it's little cute Ordis from the New War. Nasuth has muted himself.
Oh no! How did I do that?
I don't know. You love to do it.
Yeah, the fact that it glows in the dark, I think, makes it really good. I mean, it was cute before, but that makes it excellent. Although I'll be honest with you, I prefer cracked cube Ordis over new Ordis.
I'd like to know, but we can't yet.
Yeah.
Right, so that is it for the community shoutouts. Hit the clear button. That is it for this week's episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Put the comments. No, you're good. You're good. And we will see you all next week for our regularly scheduled shenanigans, 10 o'clock and all that. And we hope that Angels of the Zaran are going to be cool. Anyone want to say anything else?
Hey, thanks for having me. It's a joy as always.
Thank you for being on.
Well, I remember you said in Dojo Dusting, but Nasuth probably will be taking over for a bit.
Well, no, we said that last week.
Yeah, you guys every week. Let people know. So people will have more Nasuth in the future. Always good.
True.
Monaz is always a good thing.
Slowly taking over from Lug.
No.
I melt into a puddle on the floor.
Oh.
Hit the off button.
Okay.